like every busy parent in Taiwan, I was sent to my grandma's place when I was very little. My uncle has 3 children, and since my grandma lived with my uncle, so my childhood memories were almost with my uncle and my cousin. My uncle had Aboriginal blood that made his skin a little bit dark and his eyes rounded and big. With a smile, he looked very serious, and you might think he is a gangster. He also had a very big and thick ear, and in our culture, we believe that people tend to have better lives with big and long and thick ears. So I always thought that an uncle will live long. One of my uncle's favorites is watching HBO and eating peanuts with oolong tea. He also loved to smoke in the living room. His teeth, he got yellowish and blackish teeth due to the tar. And these colorful teeth would always attracted me from enjoying my uncle's smile. And my uncle used to be a sailor, and when me and my cousin were very little, we were loved to surround my uncle and listening all the fascinating stories that my uncle encountered when he sailed around the world. And he also good at managing weekends and accompanying children. I remember every weekend, my uncle would drive his little red Ford and took us to different theme parks during weekends. And he is my beloved uncle with frightening appearance, but a tender heart. My uncle treated me like his 4th children. I can remember he told me how to ride a bike when I was 7, and he even told me how to ride a motor when I was 18. And he didn't even hesitate to support me with money when I wanted to buy a scooter. And for me, my uncle was just like my second father. And I also loved to be his lovely daughter. I would always ask my uncle, "Hey uncle, how do you feel about my scarf?" Or, "Hey uncle, how do you feel about my new hairstyle?" And my uncle would always say, my uncle will always reply me with a big smile on his face, says, "I love you just the way you are." This is my beloved uncle. And my uncle had a dream. He was dreaming that he could one day take my aunt to travel around the world. He most wanted to visit countries in Eastern Europe, especially Prague in Czech Republic. And in 2015, in a family reunion, we were talking about the trip in Eastern Europe, and I was volunteered to be a tour leader to lead my aunt, my uncle, and my mom to Eastern Europe. In the following weeks, I was super diligent in searching all the attractions and managing the transportations and so on. When I was about to book the air tickets, I was hit by the surprising news that my uncle got lung cancer. And that was a type of cancer that cannot be managed by surgery, had to do the chemotherapy. Well, the news totally crushed our plan in my uncle's dreams. We were thinking that perhaps we could go to the trip first and then do the chemotherapy later. But unfortunately, the situation wouldn't allow us to do so. And I told my uncle, I said, it's okay. We could visit Eastern Europe anytime after your chemotherapy. In the following weeks, my uncle frequently visited hospitals and tried to fight against the cancer. In the beginning, the hope and dream of traveling helped my uncle get through several rounds. And I also prayed for my uncle. But unfortunately, the story didn't have a happy ending. In the midterm of the therapy, the cancer spreading all over my uncle's body. He is suffering with huge pain. And in a word, I hold my uncle's hand. I told him, please get recovering soon. I told him a lot of the beautiful sceneries in Eastern Europe. I told him, if you get recovering soon, then I could be able to take you to see those beautiful sceneries. But deep inside, deep in my mind, I also understand that if the situation wouldn't get better, I wish God could take my uncle to a better place so that he could no longer suffer from the pain. In 2018, I accomplished my uncle's wish, and I took my aunt, my mom, to Hungary, Czech Republic, and Austria. In Prague Square, I suddenly thought about my uncle, and I was thinking that maybe my uncle will also visiting and traveling and enjoying different sceneries on his way to heaven. I was a bit sad, and I was thinking that if I could make the trip earlier, then maybe I could collect more smiles of my uncle in my memory. Now, we cannot turn back the time, but I gradually understand that how to cherish every moment that I spend with my family and don't let the time easily go. Thank you.